This is Calcat, the Calcatster. And yeah, I'm gonna drink some tea. Not a sponsor. Now, if you say any untoward words, that words are flagged by YouTube for no reason. If you're just commenting on things. So we have a movie review. Deadpool and plus Wolverine. A movie review. The only Marvel movie this year. They try to retcon the multiverse and fix it, introducing the TVA and multiversal things, and we have Deadpool, and they get to be splattery and bloody and make numerous cocaine jokes, even though they don't actually go, because that's the only thing that Disney complained about. There was quite a few of them there. It was a buddy road comedy movie, but gory and violent and so not your usual Disney fare. Definitely rated R. Although most of the gore was done by using either people dressed up like TVA soldiers and you couldn't really see much of their faces, or they were dressed up as Deadpool people coming out. There was the Lady Deadpool, Clint Cowpoke Deadpool, the Calicat Deadpool. Of course there. So a number of other people. And the March Cards Deadpool. Nice Pool. Yeah. Nice Pool was probably more like he was probably more like sort of a hippy dippy character, more so than a Mark's Cards Deadpool would be kind of angry and cynical. Excellent. Be a little different. The angry, cynical one. He'd be like the one, the Peter with the crotch, the guy. Peter Deadpool. Our story opens with spoilers, of course. Deadpool trying to exhume the body of Wolverine from Logan, and that's when the TVA come after him after he's pulled out Logan's skeleton and uses the skeleton to fight the bad guys. Ew, he's definitely dead. We also have all kinds of fan favorites in there. Now, the guy that Chris Evans, he played the Human Torch before he played Captain America. So Chris Evans is in the movie. So those of you that are like thinking, oh, Captain America is somehow in this, now it's a bait and switch. It's Torch. It's Human Torch. In a gag that's really funny, and that as a payoff during the end credits. You get to stay up for the end credit sequence. See that, and also back behind the scenes stuff. Stay for that. There is an end credit sequence at the very end of the credits. I won't give that away. Deadpool is abducted by the TVA. He's been hiding. He left Earth 1616 to go hide in Earth 10009 and 1006 with this family in the other universe where his team didn't get killed. There's the montages relating to him getting trying to get a job at the Avengers, and we have Happy in that scene. We have he got a job through Peter at the car dealership, and that's a payoff there. There's a Honda Odyssey joke in there, which they kind of cribbed from National Lampoon's Vacation Park remake a little bit. That idea, the road trip, roadie buddy. He goes through the multiverse looking for a Wolverine on the basis of a Paradox wants him to. The Paradox is in it, which is awesome. Like evil British Paradox, and and he wants him to. Is clearly evil. He's running this version of the TVA. I take it that takes place after Loki season 2, which does present a problem that they've had a problem since the WandaVision show. In that, if you haven't seen Loki season 2, you're not going to get. Who's this guy? What happened to the guy from the Wes Anderson movies? Where is he? No, but you'd get it if you saw season 2, I'm assuming. I didn't see season 2. I didn't see season 2, so I don't know what happened Wes Anderson guy. His name is not Wes Anderson. I'm just blanking on his name. Okay. Anyway, he's just in a bunch of his movies. The guy from Cars. He played the guy in Cars. He played the car. He played Lightning McQueen. But yeah. Paradox. Yeah, we've got Paradox. Earlier on, we have 2 cameo scenes, and then there's one later with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She doesn't do anything. She just comes on screen and has like 3 lines and leaves because she doesn't do anything at all. So those of you who are going to be Negasonic Teenage Warhead fans, now that she's Negasonic Young Adult Warhead, she doesn't actually do anything interesting in this one. Because they have to set up this other cast that shows up in the Badlands. It's a parody of Furiosa. It becomes a parody of Furiosa. They apparently thought that movie was going to be so amazing that they were going to, it was going to be like Fury Road. Fury Road is it wasn't. Fury Road. The title seems to be Heinlein's Glory Road, but Fury Road. But anyway, so Fury Road. The sequel, Furiosa, didn't make a lot of money. I went out and saw it. It was good. But yeah, it was a prequel that was kind of unnecessary. And they were just Marvel movies riding high on, let's do a Furiosa thing. So they liked that part of Loki where they went to the other Loki universe in Loki season 1 and saw this other stuff. But they do make fun of that in the movie. Deadpool searches the universes looking for a Wolverine that destroyed his universe and killed all the X-Men. So they'll take that one, so the universe won't miss him, basically. And he's a drunk. He's a drunk Wolverine. Different one. It doesn't matter that Logan was supposed to take place in the far-off year 2027. That doesn't matter. Just don't worry about it. Because of the 2025 car with it. Don't worry about it. But yes, they do a lot of fourth wall breaking, and that's fine. They make fun of the multiverse, and that's fine. I was thinking, what happened? There's a Paul Rudd joke. There's a giant Ant-Man. It's in the trailer, and he says, it kind of cribs from the horror geek, looking great, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what they say there. Paul Rudd, looking great, and he's like a skeleton. It's a skull, a giant Ant-Man skull, dead. Clearly, the Ant-Man movie, third one, not doing well. They decided to make fun of it in the wasteland. There's a 20th Century Fox logo in the ground, which begs the question, okay, in that universe, are they in the studio that's the universe? Because that's some Silly Trek territory right there. That's some Silly Trek stuff. That would be like the Star Trek crew going to visit the actors from Star Trek. That's just, we're going to go to Paramount now and hang out there at the studio. Why would they do that? That makes no sense. But it has been done in Silly Trek. We did a Silly Trek. There was one of those Silly Trek stories, the Silly Realm story, in which the evil Pine Hill bad guy, the terrorist evil girl. Oh, I said a word that I shouldn't say on the internet. The evil girl goes back in time and gets rid of the actors from the Next Generation, basically, preventing the Next Generation from ever happening, so that she never happens, so that she can erase the universe of Cal-Cat and March Cars. Very convoluted. That's kind of the gag they were doing here, because they had like a time device that it's related. There's a time device. There's an evil lady in it. There's Nova. Nova's in it. And she's bald, and she's trying to do stuff. I'm trying to figure out who that actress is. I looked in the credits and I saw this name being Cullen. I don't know who that is. She looks hot bald, but but she's evil. She wants to destroy everything. Yeah, and Logan's daughter shows up in the pruned universe too. Or Logan's clone daughter X-23 shows up. She's aged a little bit because the actor's aged. I don't know if it's the same actress or not. It might be. That does beg the question: if Wolverine is 500 years old, would a kid version of Wolverine age at all? Well, apparently they do a little bit. She's a teenager now, I would think. So yeah, how does that universe work? You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think her aging would be slowed. She wouldn't. She would still be a little kid. No, but adamantium or whatever. They go there. The X-Men splatter comedy story. The X-Men all get it in reality. They did that at least twice in there. That's awesome. Wolverine and Deadpool literally chopping each other to bits with their powers several times. Clearly, it's a buddy comedy and a romance. But he has to get back with the girl at the end. But he still wants Wolverine. No, ew. And there's just so many gags in the thing. It's not taking itself seriously. It's fun. And even though you don't know Loki season 2, they explain enough about, like they did with Doctor Strange, which they make fun of that one too, a little bit. The Doctor Strange movie referencing WandaVision and all that stuff and doing Wanda's evil. And you'd have to have seen WandaVision to get why she turned evil. Because they didn't really explain it too well in the movie. They just had her be evil. And this one, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and says, oh, okay, the reason that this happened is because in this other universe, the universe is being pruned in order to go back and stop it. I was just going to explain that to you on the screen, and that's what's happening. They also mentioned the Canada joke that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are from Canada. They mentioned that joke. There's the British, the Nova lady with the powers. References being evil. None of them be evil British guys over here. Evil British person. She's supposed to be Nova's supposed to be the daughter of Xavier in another universe. You know, just explaining his powers, although in some universes he has a twin brother, which was the case in X-Men Last Stand. Twin brother. Hello, more. Let's see. But yes, so it's all out there. And they have fun cameo appearances. They have Elektra returns and Blade returns and says, there shall be no other Blade. He says that at one point. There's a Blade that they have, and they have Gambit. They have Gambit. It started out, it was a little weird. I wasn't sure what they were doing, because when they started out, the costume kind of looked strange, and he kind of had this like really, really thick Cajun accent. But then when he got going, it sounded a little better. Like, okay, this is what they're going for. The 90s Gambit, like the 90s X-Men, like and that's all. Oh, okay. And he's all like, yes, I take the cards and I charge them up and throw them. He's like, oh, it's like magic. This is magic. Okay. Someone should get you a translator. Oh, they also have Pyro in there, and they have a Red Nightcrawler. I think that might be somebody else, though. Oh, it's supposed to be Nightcrawler. Well, they have various other people in there. There's like a wasteland they go to. There's all this Mad Max type of stuff going on in the wasteland. Torches in there and stuff. Oh, so cameos. They're making fun of their own Blade remake they're trying to make, and it's just not working. They shouldn't. They shouldn't do it. No. Unless you're going to cast Wesley Snipes as Whistler and say he's training the new Blade, then otherwise it doesn't work. Which he could do. He got out of jail from his tax evasion. There's another word we can't say on the YouTube. Jail. Yeah, I can't say that. So we have. Wolverine, Deadpool. Some very funny scenes. There's some the army of Deadpools coming at them, and they fight. I don't want to give everything away. They fight the nice one, and discover he doesn't have healing factor. The nice one has a adorable, ugly dog. They get this weird Shih Tzu mixed dog with this long tongue, and it's like. It's so ugly, it's cute. It's just like, oh my... I thought it was one of those, like, alien things from... I did show a preview of Alien Romulus. I thought it was an alien thing because it one of those alien cat things, but it was a dog. Like Goose from Marvel, but it wasn't. But at least we got to see the girl from Logan cat. the kid, grown up a little bit. Yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense. She wouldn't be. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. Well, maybe they had to make him much mature somehow, or even it wouldn't. But I guess. But the boss battle at the end, the Juggernaut looked a little weird, like a younger Juggernaut, had been like not as powerful. And yet another girl boss like fights him and beats him. He just can't get a break. They did the cow cat gag though. They did that. How would you defeat the Juggernaut from coming at you like this? Though she finds a way. She finds a way. All the different Wolverines show up. There's like a Sir Alex Pop Wolverine. There's Sap Wolverines. There's like 3 of them in a row here. All 3. There's there's a baby one. There's a cow cat one. There's a Clint Cowpoke one. And they all get slaughtered, and then they get they reformat, I guess. And they go find an antimatter engine fueling a time displacement device on the Earth down in the TVAs, apparently in the subway of this town, and it's down there just sitting there. Anybody can walk in, no secret. They mentioned the shawarma thing. There's all kinds of jokes in here. Oh, and the Liefeld joke is not just once but twice. They go there twice. They want everybody to know, Rob Liefeld, we're making fun of you, which I found amusing because they clearly had watched Atop the Fourth Wall, and they were like, yeah, they mentioned Rob Liefeld in that. That'd be funny if we did too. That's where they got it. Atop the Fourth Wall. They got it from Lewis Law. They clearly did. They clearly watched it. And Rob Liefeld was an infamous comic book creator in the 90s who it was people might say that aren't better artists and such well you get paid whatever. So the deal with the guy was he would draw these big muscly guys, gigantic muscles everywhere, but his proportions were off. The hands were always weird all the time. Could not do hands and wasn't too good at feet. But this is a guy who was making comic books. This guy wanted to make Image Comics. This guy was getting paid to draw badly, so they're making fun of him. Because Liefeld also did some Wolverine. Yes, I mean Wolverine is basically a spoof of and he did Wolverine, and he also did some Deadpool. Deadpool was a spoof of Wolverine originally, so let's put that together. And you got over at DC, you get dudes. The 2 Deadshot and the other guy. That word might set off something. Deadshot. That might set off something. Oh no, DC guy. That was a DC character, yes. And no. Anyway, so yeah. So Deadpool versus Wolverine. Not for kids. Don't take any kids to see it. Yes, they do show a joke that there's a kid Wolverine. Not Wolverine, I keep saying Wolverine. No, Deadpool. Kid Deadpool. Yes, there is one in the comics. But no, don't take your kids to see it. It's rated R. It's very much rated R. You don't want them repeating it. You don't want to do that. Fortunately, nobody was that stupid in theater this morning. Oh my goodness. It's just, yeah. They show the preview for Brave New World, and Alien Romulus. Transformers 1 second trailer dropped yesterday. A little bit better. It reminds me of Amanda Bynes' Robots. That's not good. We'll see about that Transformers thing later. But it's a multiverse, so yeah, sure, it's just a different version of the Transformer verse. Megatron and Prime are friends. Maybe it's the prequel to Earthspark, where they kind of are. Yeah, I know. It was a preview to Earthspark. But yeah, the second trailer was better. But yeah, so yeah, you have a Deadpool and Wolverine buddy cop team up movie. They destroy a Honda car, drive around, I'll get in it, and yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was a very good movie. Definitely Deadpool, definitely raunchy. Yeah, but they make raunchy jokes basically. It has so many Calcat moments that it's as if Calcat helped write it. I did not help write it, but they were definitely inspired by channels like this one. Watched channels like that and said, like, let's do a movie where it's just completely nuts. Looks like they were inspired by some elements of the famous channel Awesome as well in the story. Fourth wall breaking stuff, especially the whole like we're an act, but we're a troupe, and we get our group back together. So they're gonna go fight the bad guy and take the head off the one guy. There's even a Brandon Tenolt moment. There's two of them where decapitation happens. So yeah, they're referencing the internet. They're keenly aware of it, and who's popular. They even throw kind of a throwaway gag to Jesse Gender in the movie, which is okay. Yeah, so apparently they're watching the internet, and of course they do reference Starship locations. Of course, they reference Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan and Star Trek locations in the same breath. In the time, well, I won't give it away. They have matter antimatter scene where they have to like fight the main bad guy and turn off the engine. Deadpool does the Wrath of Khan gag, and he's like, no, I'm going to sacrifice myself to save the ship. And he's like, no, don't. There's the scene where that happens. It's just like, no, my goodness, really, you're gonna go there? You're the Wolverine, but me now. That's the on location line. That references, Cillian realms quite a bit, especially that wasteland with the bad guy chick acting like a bald version of the Elysian, the Libby McClanahan character from the story. It's basically her. Yeah. So basically, the Elysian is the bad guy, which sure, yeah, that would work. She's kind of like a Borg queen, kind of. She's power. And gets inside your head and messes with you, literally with her hands going through your skull. She has like phasing powers, I guess. Oh, that's messed up. That was really, really messed up. We're gonna fight now in the car. Oh, no, there's such good gags. The dog comes out like crazy little dog. Oh, no. That's the cutest, ugliest dog I've ever seen. I want one. That's all. Yes, I can't have a dog, but that would be awesome to have one of those. I'll have a plush toy somewhere to get it. It's so ugly. I want one. It was so ugly. It was cute. No, that's the kind of critter that's so ugly it's cute. It's like, okay, I want to take this in because it's so homely. No one's ever going to adopt you. And of course it wants Wolverine because it's completely it's completely complacent. It wants to. What? Turns out it's the other Wolverine's dog. We won't give away everything. It's insane. Good Marvel movie, yeah, and I like that it's addressing the multiverse, saying like, the multiverse timey-wimey stuff, and then Wolverine would say something like, because he plays the sort of the straight man to Wolverine's being hyperactive. They're doing the Odd Couple, that kind of Neil Simon kind of thing. Him being the more like, do you ever shut up? Do you ever stop talking? Ah! Go, what? The work with the mouth. And then later on he's all, now that you did stop talking, I need you to say something. Like, okay, well, Wolverine is the straight guy, so he's like, yeah, he'd be like, I'm doing this and that. Oh, just go talk to the girl. Oh, how's it, Cal? Let's talk to the girl and resolve that story arc. He didn't say and resolve the story, but that's what he was thinking. Talk to the girl and see, and see. And they showed a bunch of behind the scenes footage during the credits during the other shows. They probably haven't seen much of. See the behind the scenes of Hugh Jackman and the other guy. They're doing their early stuff back in the day, 20 years ago. It's kind of fun to see that. Over 20 years ago. You're going to be playing this until you're 90. But yeah, but yeah, there's there's a lot of good gags in there. You almost want to see it twice to see the other jokes that they threw in. Just go, funny. Yep. Yeah, it was just right. Yep. Like, ouch. Oh, shoot. Wolverine. Yeah. Deadpool meets Wolverine. They're writing their own slash fiction while they're doing the story. Ew. And they're going there with the jokes. So it's like, ooh, part of me is hard. So stop that. Ew. I think that was in the trailer too. Like, oh, yuck. Ew. Oh, you got that claw on me, just the tip. Oh, ow. Oh, jeez. And they do go there. They have the fan art ending where all the Wolverine fans that want to see Wolverine put his claws where they shouldn't go. They go there. Let's just say there's a scene where a bad guy. Yeah, he receives an anal probe. Ching! Oh! Oh! Ching! Ching! No, he receives it. He dies, but yeah. Oh, that guy receives it. Actually, it was they did that twice because there was a scene where when he was fighting with the corpse of Wolverine in the beginning, the adamantium skeleton pieces. He did. Deadpool does that at one point. Deadpool's the one that jams the bad guy in the rectum. He's lying in the ground, like launches him to the ground, and ching, was Deadpool. He kind of sped up the battle scene at the end, and they wanted him to go through the portal, escape to the other realm. I didn't know that he could do that, though. They had the she's not the Sorcerer Supreme. How did she? And Deadpool's not a Sorcerer Supreme either. So how did they do that? Oh well, don't worry about it. I like how they say that. Oh yeah, this scene is really complicated and convoluted. Wolverine's all, don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. Just do it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it.